If this video has been shown to you on YouTube, maybe it's because it is the right time for you, because you need it. Today, it's gonna be a little bit different because I'm not gonna be talking about grammar or vocabulary or pronunciation. I'm going to be just talking to you as an English teacher and also as a friend, and just be candid and let you know about my opinion. I was a little bit resistant on creating this kind of video. To be honest, I don't really like to tell my opinion on the internet, but I feel that it is necessary. And if you guys like this kind of video, just let me know and I'll definitely record more videos like it. Please give me some feedback and I'll be very happy to hear your opinion. It doesn't matter if you agree or disagree with me. Just leave a comment to see if I am just doing the right thing or not. So I don't have anything to put my phone, so it's just here. So maybe on the next time I'm going to put the video just in front of me. But right now it is what it is, right? So why am I recording this video? Because I've just got this comment on one of my YouTube videos. And last night, to be honest, I woke up at 3 a.m. and I kept thinking about that comment and how to reply to it because she was very honest, and that hit me really deep in my heart because I know that's one of the biggest struggles that English learners have, and I'm going to share some things with you guys, and I'm going to talk about social mobility, productivity, even marketing, and the expectation that most people have in their lives. So my grandmother once told me, "Oh, you might not think that you might think that this is nonsense what I'm going to tell you, but you're going to get the context." So my grandmother told me that she might had some blood lineage into Italian citizenship, and I thought, okay, let's check it out. I might have it, right? So that could be good for me. And I started my research, and into the first document, it hit me. My grandmother had to raise her own brothers and sisters at the age of 15 because her mother had died at the age of 31 from a disease that right now we just have all kinds of treatments. She was doing something, I'm not going to tell you what, but you might imagine what it was based on the time, because it was like 100 years ago. So my grandmother is already a victor just because she survived more than 30 years. Now she's 70, so she's a victor. Maybe you guys think that social mobility is something that is very fast and it happens overnight. Maybe you want to learn English or go to college because you want to get rich really fast. And unfortunately, I'm going to talk about my background here. I'm the first one in my family to have a passport. Maybe you just watch my videos while you're going to work, and maybe it is with you too. Maybe you're the first one in your family that's even trying to learn a second language. And I must tell you guys, if you're watching this video, I'm very proud of you. If no one ever told you, I'm very proud of you for everything that you've done, for everything that you have accomplished in your life. Maybe you don't think it's a big deal, but it is a fucking big deal. Maybe you just think, oh, I should be faster in life. Maybe I'm late in life. You're not. 1% of Brazilians, according to British Council, speak English. 1%. And maybe, just try to think a little bit, you know more people that are rich than people that are fluent in English. But someone just had the brilliant idea to tell you that learning a second language is easy. It's not. It's possible. It's accomplishable. But it's not easy. It's not something that's going to happen overnight. If you just want to travel, if you just want to say, hello, how are you? How's it going? You can accomplish it in 6 months. But if you want to speak English at a nearly native level, I'm not going to tell you that you're going to speak like a native, because that's not even a goal for most people. People just want to speak and be understood. It's going to take some years. It's not that fast. But I know that you might think, oh, you need to live in another country to speak a second language. Oh, I couldn't speak English because I didn't study when I was a kid. Let me tell you. And I'm telling this from the deepest part of my heart, with a lot of love. You're just lying to yourself that you need to live in another country to speak a second language. That's not true. If you already live in another country, probably you know what I'm talking about. Probably you know many Brazilians that live in Orlando or that live in London for 20 years. And they can just greet people. They can just say, hello, how are you doing? It's not going to happen through osmosis. You need to study. And the market just put in the student's mind that they can do it in 6 months. You're not a failure because you don't speak English yet. You're not. You're already a victor because you're trying to learn a second language. So you are probably one of the first people in your family that's trying to accomplish something in life. And I know that you know what I'm talking about. We live in Brazil, and I tell you this not only as a Brazilian, but I've lived in India. And you know what? Let me just put it here. And you know what? In India, they know that speaking English is something that can help them socially in life. They can have access to a better job. They can live in another country. But in Brazil, it's hard because maybe you are in a position that most of your friends, they don't want much in life. They just want to sit down and relax and work in a 9-to-5 job and just get a small house. And maybe that's not what you want in your life. And that's okay. I'm not saying that what you should or shouldn't do. I'm just telling my opinion, and feel free to disagree with me on the comments. And each person has their own reality. I've gone through Islam in India. And we Brazilians, we're not the luckiest country, but we're not, definitely not, the unluckiest country. We're not. And I know that maybe I'm just telling you, oh, learning a second language, it's not easy. And you might think, oh, Emerson, go, just screw yourself. But I'm being candid. You're not a failure because you don't speak a second language. You're not. You're not a failure. So knowledge is maybe, I'm telling maybe because I can't think of anything else, the only thing that you can't inherit. What do I mean by that? You can inherit money, right? Your mom or dad, they can just leave a car to you when they're gone, and a house, but they can't leave a college degree to you. They can't leave fluency to you. It's something that you need to pay attention. You need to pay with attention. It's not something that someone can just do for you. You can just say like, oh, learn for me. No, it's not like that. It doesn't work like that. And it's one of the only things that the rich can't buy. If you're rich, if you come from a rich family, maybe you can just go and buy a car. Oh, here. And then send them a pics. But maybe you can just pay a good school or a course. But you can't pay someone to learn, quote unquote, for you. You need to learn yourself. You need to learn yourself. Let me just put it here. You need to learn yourself. And I can tell you more. I know, and maybe just leave in the comments what you think if you have the same opinion as I do. But you can also disagree with me. I'm just recording this video for the first time because I want to talk to you guys. Because I think that most of the students, they don't understand how social mobility works. Just like I told you, in my family, I'm the first one to have a passport. I want you to have this exercise with me. Think about people that you know that are fluent in English. Real fluent. Not like, oh, I can understand, but I can't speak. Real fluency. And compare on how many people do you know that are rich. Probably you know more rich people than people that can speak English. A few months ago, a company in my region, a coffee company, I'm not going to tell you the name of the company, but it's a big company. They have more than 200 employees. And they called me and said, oh, excuse me, are you Emerson? They just gave me your contact. I need a translator. And I said, okay, what's the date? And they said, oh, right now. And I was like, oh my God, what? And they're like, yes, because we don't have we don't have anyone in our company that can speak to a client, a big client that's coming. So maybe you're just, I don't know how to say this. Maybe you're just overwhelmed with the information all over the internet, that everything is easy. Like, you can just become rich overnight. You can just learn a new skill overnight. You're just overwhelmed with AI and stuff. And you have just forgotten how hard things are in life. Unfortunately. You can be lucky. Definitely. I have a friend that went to school with me, and he became a soccer player. And he made a lot of money. He's still making a lot of money. But I have another friend, as talented as he is, that unfortunately has broken his knee and he couldn't play soccer anymore. So you can be lucky, you can be unlucky, and you can just try hard for things. So maybe you're not making as much progress as you would like, but you're still making progress. Slow progress is still progress. It is. It is still progress. So I just want to tell you guys that I'm very proud of you for being here with me, or, I don't know, studying anywhere else. I am very, very proud of you. And I'm happy to see that people are just engaging and saying like, "Oh, thank you, I can understand what you're saying, and my English is improving," and that just encourages me more to create content for you because what I want for you guys is that you speak English. Not only, not only because I want you to be fluent, but because all of the benefits that you can have. If you are planning to live in another country, if you already live in another country, probably you have studied a lot or you have been thinking a lot about living in another country. One of the best things that you can do, and one of the biggest reasons, and I know that can be a little bit controversial, but I got this temper from my dad, I think, is that you can't let other people to disrespect you. And if you don't speak a second language, they can disrespect you and you can't react. They're going to tell shit about you. They're going to scream at you and you can't argue. Of course, you can be aggressive, but that's not the point. I'll give you one example. When I went to India, I've gone through the customs in London, and they've tried to disrespect me in the customs. And I just replied. So I didn't just sit still and listen. They're like, "Oh, what you doing? Why are you going to India? And it's a poor country," and things like that. And they just said, "I've got a scholarship and the education in India is great. That's why in the UK you've got so many Indians." And he got mad at me because I was a teenager, a freaking teenager. I was 18 at that time. And I shouldn't have said that, but I replied. And no problem. I just got on the plane and they just forgot about me and no problem. So the next time I went to Scotland and the guy in the bus just told me and my wife like, "Oh, you guys can't get in the bus because blah, 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 blah." And I said, "No, I've got the tickets." And I started arguing with him and he was like, "No, but then," and then I replied and then he replied and then we started arguing and my wife started laughing because his accent was very funny because it was a Scottish accent. And then he got so angry because I was replying to him because he thought that he could just tell shit to me and I would just sit down and listen, that he just said, okay. So maybe you know what I'm talking about if you have lived in another country, but you haven't learned how to speak English. Maybe you have had a bad situation like that, or even worse, that you couldn't stand up for yourself. So I just recorded this video, and this might help you with your listening as well, to tell you that you can learn English, but maybe you're just not sure how to react or how to deal with failure and feedback and making mistakes. And maybe it's not your fault. In school, and unfortunately I've had this experience in school, and I've had this experience with some family members when I was a kid. It's like, "Oh, you can't make mistakes, and if you make mistakes, I'm going to scream at you, and you're going to be grounded, and if you make mistakes, you're going to get a bad score, you're not paying attention." But learning a language is about making mistakes and correcting them. Learning a language is about immersion and is about speaking out what you need to say and then receive feedback and then correct yourself. You're going to make a mistake, you're going to correct it and move on. So there's no other way to learn another language. Learning another language is simple. You learn the vocabulary, you immerse yourself, you learn the structure that we call grammar, and you start speaking, you start talking. And the more resistant you are about making mistakes, the faster you're going to learn. There are two kinds of people that learn a second language. Number one, people that want, they like it. I like Japanese, and I've been studying Japanese for 4 years. I don't like Spanish. I studied Spanish, but I don't like it. I don't practice. I'm not going to say that I hate it, but I just don't like it. If you don't like it, maybe you're in the second type, you need it. But the likelihood of someone that likes something to achieve something is bigger than the person that just needs it. Why am I telling you this? Because it's been more than 10 years that I've been an English teacher, and I've talked to many people, not only on social media, but teaching, like private teaching and on my community. People that want something because they like it, they have a bigger likelihood of achievement than people that just need it. Because if you just need something, it's probably on your list of priorities, but never on the top. Never on the top. It's in your list of priorities, but never on the top. If you want something and you like it, it's on your list of priorities and on the top. I study Japanese every day. I talk to natives on, let me just put it down here. I need to look outside. So I talk to natives every day using Hello Talk. This is not a sponsored video. That's just what I use to talk to natives. I read my mangas in Japanese every day. It's midnight. I've worked the whole day and I study Japanese. Why? Because I like it. And there are people that have lived in Japan for 20 or 30 years that have never studied Japanese. They just learn what they need to for mostly company stuff, company vocabulary, and they just forget it. And the same with English. People have lived in the US or in the UK for years. They need it, but because they don't like it, they just learn the basics. Learning a second language is something that can change your life, just like it changed mine at the age of 18 when I've got a scholarship to India. It just changed my life. It also changed my life when I started teaching. It's still changing my life because I can learn anything I want with free resources on the internet. Because I can just type anything, and most of the things that come to Brazil, they come first abroad, and I can just get the classes or the courses faster. So learning is going to help you to change your reality and maybe of your family. And when we talk about social mobility, I really want you to try this exercise. Think about you and your family, and think about where you are in life right now, and where were your parents or grandparents or other people that studied with you. I studied in a public school, and probably you too. And you're going to understand what I mean. You're making progress, and I'm proud of you. You're fucking awesome. Just for trying. Just for trying. The reality in Brazil is tough. It's not easy as media and social media just try to make you think. Things are hard, but they are possible. So if you are just thinking, oh, I can learn English in 6 months, yes, you can. The basics. Not fluency. It's something that you can put into a plan for years. People overestimate what they can do in a short time, and they underestimate what they can do in a long time. You can learn any language that you want, but you need to give time for you or for your plan to work. So if you want to speak a second language, you need to give time to your plan. It's like going on a diet. Oh, I'm going on a diet. And on your first week, you just try your diet, you just try your routine, and you didn't give the time for your diet to work. It takes time. It takes time. It's not easy. And that's why I'm proud of you and I admire you, because you're here even though it's hard. So you're not a failure for trying. You're not a failure for being difficult. You are successful for keeping trying even though it's difficult. So I'm trying to tell you this because most people think, oh, it's difficult, so I am the problem. You're not the problem. You're not the problem. You're part of the solution. You can't just stop because things started getting hard. That's where you keep going. When I've lived in Portugal, it was in 2021, Portugal started to decline. You know why? It was after pandemic. And the thing that helped me and my family was knowledge. I've studied social media. I was already an English teacher. That's what kept my family eating. That's what made me pay the bills. So if you're from the mindset that knowledge is not going to be good for you, that's exactly what I don't like conspiracy theories. That's not a conspiracy theory, but that's exactly what the big companies want you to think, because this is what is going to make you poor. So you see on social media, oh, you don't need to go to school, you don't need to go to college. But they are sending their kids to college. So if you didn't need to go to college, so they're telling you to not go to college and they're sending their kids to college, it makes no sense. They're sending their kids to the best school to learn English. And they're telling you that you don't need to learn English or to go to college because of AI or something that's going to be happening. That makes no sense. So I think that you just need to keep trying. It's not as easy as they try to make you think on social media. If someone tells you that something is easy, they are probably trying to sell you a course. Get rich with AI. And at the end of the video, they have a CTA for you to buy their course. So I'm not trying to sell you anything here. If you want to study English with me, that's fine. You can do it for free here. You can join my community. You can just get one of my courses. You can become a member of the channel. But if you just watched this video and you hit the like button, I am very grateful. I really appreciate it. And I just want to let you know that I'm proud of you. I've just reached my destination. That was a different kind of video. I hope that you guys liked. Please give me some feedback if you liked it or not. Just say like, oh, I hate this kind of video. I disagree with you. Please let me know. Let's talk. I'm not the wisest person in the world. I can talk about English. I can talk about other things. English is my expertise. Maybe I'm wrong in other topics. So you can feel free to disagree with me. So thank you so much, guys. And I hope to see you next class.